Hello, my name is Patrick Freewald. I'm a physics teacher and an author. I am, the author stuff like this creepy mask here and the art behind me. Yeah, that's not what I'm doing today. A friend of mine, Debbie, asked me if I would talk a little bit about growth factor and COVID-19. I'm not an epidemiologist. Like I said, I'm a physics teacher, and but I'm pretty good with math, and I've been following this for some time, and I've been posting about it on Facebook quite a bit. And so she asked me if I could explain some things a little bit better, and I have to teach next week online. I'm not used to this. I'm not very good at it. I'm a very in-person kind of person, and it's very new to me. So this is sort of a test run, both for me to try and put together something like this, as well as something to hopefully inform people about what I've been talking about a little. So hopefully you can understand it a little better. So let's talk about growth factor. Growth factor is how much something is changing over time, how much it's growing, and it's a measure of the rate of change. So we're not going to get into calculus today. We're going to keep this pretty simple. And the basic idea here, I've been posting about death rates because I think that is more reliable and less prone to issues with like testing protocols and testing availability. Those are things that are difficult to pin down well, and it makes your data really unreliable. Death rates are, unfortunately, well, as morbid as they are, they're much more reliable, I think, in terms of something that we can actually try and pick apart without being able to go work at the CDC or something like that. So what is growth factor? I've got a beautiful little chart here. I told you I'm not very good at this stuff. So here's my chart, right? So this is growth factor and over time. And the number one is probably the most critical part of it. A growth factor of one for death rate would mean that the death rate every day is stable. It's still bad. It means the same number of people died today as yesterday. That's what a growth rate of one would mean. A growth rate greater than one means that a death rate that means that more people are dying, and more people died today than yesterday. And a growth rate of less than one would mean that fewer people still died. Obviously, that's a little different than talking about these types of things, growth factor with infection rates, because you can have fewer people infected, but you can't have fewer people dead. The death number is just going to go up as long as the growth rate is anything but zero. Um, so that's a little thing to keep in mind. So this number one is really important. That one is stable. It's equilibrium. It's no more people are dying each day than did the day before. But it's still, like right now, it's about 1,000 people a day. If it stays at one for a month, that's pretty awful. Um, and the number doesn't have to change much to be very, very different. Right now, we're at about 1.28 has been the average over the last month. 1.26 means that every 3 days, the number of people who have died doubles. So 5,000 becomes 10,000, 3,000 becomes 6,000, whatever. So that's 1.26 means. 1.41 would be a catastrophe. That's every 2 days it doubles. The difference between those two is extremely dramatic. And then if we go down to 1.1, that means it's doubling about every week, which of course is still bad, but significantly better than doubling every 3 days, which is about where we're at now. If we look at the data, so where are we at? What does it look like? This is what it looks like. This is from early March and up through yesterday. And these numbers are, well, they're up and down and up and down, and they're really hard to figure out. Like, this looks like a really good day, and then this is the worst day yet. But what does that mean? I mean, so maybe there was just a delay in reporting between these 2 days. It's hard to say. And so to make things a little easier to try and get a handle on, if you average things over time, they might be a little better. So here is another graph. It's the exact same data. It's just that these data points are every 3 days instead of every day. And see, this is one right here, and we're not there. It got really bad. We were up above 1.3 for about a week, and it has come down some in the last few days. This might be the impact of social distancing, and hopefully we will see over the next 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 days this number come way down. that's the idea behind growth factor. If the trend now, it's really hard to say. We can look, but we can't really predict the future. There's a little bit of hope maybe in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 days, but it's not there yet. So we can hope that that social distancing impact really shows, and we see that number start to drop soon. But we can't use this to predict the future. We can only use it to see what's happening now. There's a lot going on that could help things, help all of us a great deal. People are working on vaccines. They're working on using the blood of people who've kicked this bug to maybe transfuse antibodies into other people. They're looking at antiviral drug combinations. All of this stuff takes time. If you screw them up, you can kill people. So you want to go as fast as you can, but not so fast that you're causing more harm than good. All this stuff takes time. If we can buy that time, I know it hurts, and the economy is tanking. We're losing money. We're losing livelihoods. We're in big trouble, and yet if we can start that slide down to 1 and then below 1, that's when we see a turnaround time. If things drop below 1, that doesn't mean it's over. That means that we're on the right track. It means that the number of deaths per day is actually going to decrease over time. And that turning point is a really big deal. But don't go out and party and celebrate. Don't go out and invite a ton of friends over to celebrate at that time, because it could just go back up again. Mother Nature doesn't care about the economy. Mother Nature doesn't care about you and doesn't care about me. This virus is going to do what it's going to do, and we are able to influence our own activities and influence our own environment in order to minimize the damage that can be done until science can kick this thing in the butt. And so please, stay home. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to. If you do go out, gloves, wear a mask. Make sure to wash your hands thoroughly. Stay as far from people as you can while you're interacting. If you got to go to the store or something, when you get home, take a shower. Strip off your clothes into the wash, take a shower, do what you need to do to stay safe. And so there you go. That's my test run on growth factor and COVID-19 and my attempt at a little bit of online teaching. I hope it was useful. I hope it was helpful. If you feel like sharing it, feel free. Thank you very much.